on this very important Invest Karnataka 2025 program. I'd like to thank Mr. M.B. Patil, Commerce and Industry Minister, for the warmth and affection with which he invited me to this program. It was almost impossible to say no to Mr. Patil. My good friend with whom I worked when I was first made a minister in the government in 2014 very closely, as he recounted, Mr. D.K. Shivkumar, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, colleagues, ministers from the government of Karnataka, Shri K.G. George, Shri Dinesh Gundarao, Shri Priyank Kharge, Shri N.S. Bosaraju, Shri Sharan Prakash Patil, Shri Sharad Bachegowda, my good friend and somebody who makes India proud with his achievements at a young age, Mr. Nikhil Kamath, Dr. Selva Kumar, Ms. Gunjan Krishna, all the other distinguished officials from the government of Karnataka, from the central government, all the proud award winners who have done the nation proud, who have done Karnataka proud with significant contributions to the India story, to the Karnataka story, all the distinguished guests, friends from the media, and the people of Karnataka, the achievers of Karnataka. My warmest greetings to you and prayers for your continued success, for the continued growth and well-being of every person in this lovely state. Today we celebrate the Jayanti, the birth of Sant Ravidas, one of the greatest souls born in India. I pay my respects, and on this auspicious day, it's a privilege to be in India's Silicon Valley. Under Prime Minister Narendra Modi, during the last 10 years, we have focused on our tradition and development. He often says, Vikas bhi, Virasat bhi. And I'm glad that the film that was played just before I started talking was to showcase the strength and power of our rich cultural heritage, our traditions, our family value systems, and the pride that every Indian has, that the pride that every Kannad has in our history, our heritage, and towards that end, I think Karnataka has so much to offer to the world, and I'm sure our history gives us the strength to work towards the shared future and prosperity of every person in Karnataka, every person living in India. We have today become the world's 5th largest economy, powering ourselves at great speed as the world's fastest growing large economy to become the 3rd largest GDP, the 3rd largest economy by 2025. By 2027, barely 2.5 years from now, when we will cross the $5 trillion mark and become the 3rd largest economy in the world. Can somebody switch off this teleprompter? It's diverting my attention from the people whom I want to address. If this can be switched off. Friends, the enthusiasm that India generates across the world is reflected in the next few days' visits that we will have in this country. Prime Minister was at the AI summit in Paris, in France, and from there he moves to meet President Trump in the United States of America. While for the last 2 days, I have had ministers from Israel, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Norway, and Iceland. 5 ministers leading industry delegations, 100 companies from the EFTA states, the northern European states, 130 companies coming into Delhi from Israel. This morning, before I left for Bengaluru, I met the Vice President of Venezuela. I go back because late in the night at 12 o'clock, I'm meeting my Israeli counterpart, the Economy Minister of Israel, at a late night meeting. Jostling between all of these meetings, we have the Emir of Qatar coming down to India. Soon after that, my counterpart from UK comes in on the 24th to further progress and discuss our long-term trading arrangements. We have the entire European Union body of commissioners, all the commissioners, coming down to India, led by Her Excellency Ms. von der Leyen, the EU Commissioner, on 28th of this month. Soon thereafter, 350 companies from Belgium are coming along with Princess Astrid from 3rd onwards to visit India, to meet with all our business persons, to look at greater trade and investments with India. I've only given you a glimpse. I don't know how many other ministers would be coming during this period in the next 20 days. Soon after that, we have the Raisina dialogue, where several leaders, ministers, and heads of government will be joining us in Delhi. Many of them coming with business delegations. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the power of India today. This is the power of 140 crore Indians working together as one family, irrespective where we come from, irrespective of which government rules which state, irrespective of politics. India today presents a strong, vibrant economy working in partnership with the states, center and states working together, collaborating, cooperating to present the India story as the story of the future. In this Amrit Kal, leading up to 2047, when we celebrate 100 years of independence, we want to see a developed India, a prosperous India. Viksit Bharat 2047 is the collective commitment, the collective goal of 1.4 billion Indians. And friends, the strength we get when we work together. In fact, it is often said that working in silos has been one of the greatest impediment to India's growth story in the past. Today, when we work together, the states, people from all across the country, everybody contributing to the success story of India that each one of us desires to see, towards inclusive growth, towards sustainable growth. We present before the world a story of success, a story unparalleled, a story in which young India, I'm sure you are aware, India's average age is 28.4 years. We are under 30 years of age. in terms of our population. We expect that for the next 30 years, India will continue to remain a young nation. And in less than 30 years from now, ladies and gentlemen, India will add $30 trillion to our Indian economy today. We have been doing the maths. We have been working various growth scenarios. Prime Minister Narendra Modi does not believe in business as usual. He looks at transformative initiatives, reform as the mantra of the country, so that we can grow from a $4 trillion economy to a $35 trillion economy by 2047, when we will celebrate 100 years of independence. And friends, this is eminently doable. It's the power of India's youth, the talent and skill that our young men and women possess. It's the power of 5 Ds: democracy, demographic dividend, demand, the power that decisive leadership offers the people of India, the power of digitalization, development, the power of diversity, which helps India have big ambitions, work towards the shared prosperity of every child born in this country. Friends, democracy gives us the power that rule of law provides, that transparent working provides, equal opportunity for everybody provides. The world looks up to India because they know they will get fair treatment. They know that there's a powerful judiciary, there's a vibrant media, there's a strong democracy, the world's largest democracy, the mother of all democracies. We had democracy even thousands of years ago. The Arthashastra talks about democratic principles so many centuries ago. Democracy is our strength, while demographic dividend, young India, provides talent, provides a workforce which is the envy of the world. While developed nations are aging, India has a young population. And friends, this demographic dividend, coupled with the demand that 140 crore aspirational Indians bring to the table, is our biggest strength. Which other country has the potential to sell millions and millions of cars, millions and millions of electric vehicles? Which country can say that in the next 25 years, you can sell 250 million washing machines? You can sell maybe 400 billion air conditioners. Which other country can create a demand where 140 crore Indians aspiring for a better quality of life will provide consumption-led growth? And your very own Member of Parliament, the Honorable Finance Minister of India, the first woman Finance Minister who's presented 8 consecutive budgets, has this year given tax incentives to the middle class, providing 1 lakh crore consumption power in the hands of the people of India through significant tax cuts. And friends, economists will tell you that consumption-led growth coupled with investment-led growth together can become the twin pillars on which India's growth story will rapidly scale up. Because when you give 1 lakh crores to consumers, the multiplier impact of that is at least 2.5 times in terms of the consumption demand that the marketplace receives. When 11,20,000 crores is invested in 1 year on infrastructure creation, the multiplier impact of that is 3.5 times, which spurs investment-led growth. And on these twin pillars, India will see rapid growth. And obviously, India grows when the states grow. India prospers when the states prosper. And therefore, I began by saying, it is an effort of collaboration, of cooperation, working together, which will make India a success story. Whether it is promoting our MSMEs, whether it is promoting tourism, whether it is promoting welfare of the farmers, whether it is promoting our tech industry, the startup ecosystem, manufacturing, the government of the center and the states will work together to create the right environment to promote growth, to promote jobs, to promote economic activity. In fact, Shiv Kumar ji was asking me to give some offerings to the state. In this budget, we have announced 100 new industrial hubs, industrial clusters, which will be offered on a challenge mode. And I would urge Mr. M.B. Patil and the infrastructure ministers here to work towards creating several industrial hubs in different parts of the state, along with the PM Mitra Park, which, if you remember, I had sanctioned as Textile Minister at Kalapurgi last year, which we are developing as a joint venture between the state government and the center. You will recall that I have recently announced in Tumakuru an industrial smart city, and it will be one of the largest smart cities with plug-and-play infrastructure, where nearly 7,500 or 8,000 acres of land will be developed as a world-class walk-to-work township, the first phase of which will cover 1,736 acres, and which work has already started and expected to see the first phase concluding by the end of next year. The budget has also announced 50 new tourism destinations. And I think all of us in this room know that along with manufacturing, tourism creates the maximum job potential. These 50 destinations will also be chosen through a challenge mode. And I was just discussing with Shiv Kumar ji, Hampi, for example, and Parth is here. I visited Hampi about 5 or 6 years ago. The tremendous potential that I see in Hampi, I'm sure if we present that as a good business case, as a good tourism destination, when the challenge of selecting the tourist destinations is opened up, Hampi would be a fantastic destination which should be developed. And look at Prime Minister Modi's thinking when he comes out with policy. It's a very holistic, very comprehensive thought process. When he talked about 50 tourism destinations, and all of it will be, mind you, in challenge mode, without favor, without discrimination, so that everybody has equal opportunity. He also brought out Udan 2. In Udan 2, 4 crore travelers will be subsidized, will get support, so that 120 new airports can be connected and new tourist destinations can have connectivity through airways. We are developing roadways and a network of highways in a very, very big way, so that the entire country people can move from one place to the other faster. In fact, I'm told you can now go from Bengaluru to Chennai in about 3 hours. The Delhi-Mumbai expressway is going to curtail the travel time, and you can travel from Delhi to Mumbai in less than 12 hours once it is complete by the end of the year. And friends, if you take an electric vehicle, 5 members of a family can travel from Delhi to Mumbai in less than 12 hours at a cost of only 1,000 rupees. That is the cost of electric charging that will be required to cover the distance of 1,300 kilometers. And along the way, you'll have 4 or 5 natural wildlife sanctuaries. You have several tourist destinations which you can visit. You'll have facilities along the way to relax, to enjoy the journey. The railways is making rapid strides with Vande Bharat trains and now Vande sleeper trains coming out. All of these facilities, whether it is airways, we have doubled the number of airports from 74 to 150 plus in the last 10 years. We'll add another 75 airports in our third term. The expressway network across the country is seeing rapid transformation and growth. We have added 114 new waterways so that inland waterways can get a big thrust. Port capacity has been doubled so that international trade can grow. This year, exports will grow to $800 billion, and Karnataka is playing a very major part in our exports, both of goods and services. Friends, it's a collective effort where we will all work together to make it easier to do business, to bring transparency and a corruption-free environment to attract international investments. We have seen nearly $700 billion of investment coming into India as FDI in the last 10 years. Overall, since 2000 to 2025, we have seen about $1 trillion of investment, 2/3 of which has come in the last 10 years. But there's immense potential, and I shared with you, the world wants to do trade. The world is looking up to India to invest in India, to leverage the great business opportunity that India offers, to leverage the 20,000 crores that have been provided in this budget to promote innovation through public-private academia partnership, to leverage the 10,000 crores that the startup will receive, startup ecosystem will benefit from through the fund of funds in the next 5 years, which has been announced in this budget. All of these, ladies and gentlemen, are efforts to promote economy, industry, international trade, investments, manufacturing, startups, help our farmers, help our youth, help our women entrepreneurs contribute to the growth story of India. In fact, toys is one example I would like to share with you. With the focus effort given on the toy sector, our import of toys has reduced to half. Our exports is now 3.5 times what it was 5 years ago. And we will soon come out with policies to further promote manufacturing in toys, in footwear, so that we can become a global champion in these sectors amongst many others. Nearly 2 lakh crores has been given as production-linked incentives and 74,000 crores towards the Semicon mission, collectively providing a huge opportunity to bring high-tech manufacturing to India and promote critical sectors like electric mobility, auto components to promote the vibrant auto industry in India, to promote electric vehicles also being made in your state, to promote critical sectors like semiconductors, to promote sectors such as textiles, which create a large number of jobs. We have a large focus on global capability centers, which are being set up across the country, and Karnataka, particularly Bengaluru, has a large number of global capability centers and many more coming in the years to come. Friends, deep tech and future industries is an area where Karnataka has made rapid strides, and I urge that we should work together to promote artificial intelligence, quantum computing, the semiconductor industry, space technology, biotech industry, so that together we can work as partners in progress. We should aim to make Karnataka, to make Bengaluru the global hub of the technology sectors that are looking to come to India. And the government of India will always be ready and willing and stand as a pillar of support for Karnataka to expand and grow its global footprints. I remember the solar park that Shiv Kumarji reminded me about, and it is also in Tumakuru, I think. And I'm sure it will be a beacon of not only energy, but a beacon of inspiration to other sectors in the state of Karnataka. I hope we can promote fintech, we can promote tourism, the media and animation industry, the gaming industry, so that in the days and years to come, technology should define the growth story of Karnataka and should become the backbone of India's growth story. Let's build the future together for Karnataka, for India, and for the globe. Nade Munde, let's go forward together.